G'day, Clancy from Walters Fencing here. Today I'm going to show you how our blue Gen 2 wire spinner works and everything you need to know about it. So as it is at the moment, it's under brake, under tension. So you have 5 individual arms that are all connected to a brake pad underneath that sits on a brake ring. As you pull the wire out, it runs up these ramps into the sliders. It pulls them in and releases the brake pad off the brake ring so you get free spin. As soon as you let it go, it drops back down onto the ring under tension under brake. So another feature of the blue Gen 2 spinner is our wire retaining arms. So these arms are designed to stop the wire from spinning out over the back of the spinner. So the idea is that when you're pulling your wire out, it can't flick up over these wire retaining arms. So on the earlier model wire spinner, we used to have the wire guide or the exit roller sitting out on this arm. And so with the addition of these wire retaining arms, we could actually remove this guide so you can pull wire out in any direction and it's one less point for it to get tangled. So I've got a second-hand roll of wire here. If you've got a new roll of wire, when you're loading it into the spinner, you have the label facing upright. It's very important that the wire is facing upright when you load it into the spinner, otherwise it won't work properly. It's not designed to work with wire upside down. So I've got a part roll here, I'll load him in. Grab your tag and then start pulling. Another good practice when loading a new roll of wire is to just lift up the top few rows, and it just makes sure that the coil is looking nice and tidy. You haven't got any crossovers or anything like that, and it's all going to run out nice and even. So that's just another thing to check for. You can run these off the back of your ute or your trailer. You can sit them on the ground and walk them off. We've got a heavy duty frame down the bottom so that if it's sitting in the back of your ute, it doesn't matter if something whacks against it, it's not going to interfere with the cradle as it's spinning. 2 sealed bearings in the center, so it'll last a lifetime. The only part that wears on this are these blue sliders. They're what we sort of compare to as the tires on a vehicle. So this is your blue slider. You'll eventually get a little groove on the edge here where your wire's cutting into it. Once you've got a 2mm groove cut into it, that's about time to flip it over. They've got a hole in the opposite corner, so your pin can actually go into the opposite corner once you flip it over. And then you can just pop the pin through, slot them back in and replace them. You should get about 50 kilometers of wear per side, and then flip it over and you get another 50 kilometers out of the other side as well. So this is our brake slider replacement kit. So these spinners are stackable in a 3-stacker, a 4-stacker or a 5-stacker. You can run multiple side by side on your ute or however you want to do it, but they're a great bit of gear. So yeah, hope you enjoy it.